it is Breela John. So today I want to do two things. If you have not had your baby yet, then I want to forewarn you and give you tips and advice on how to keep your relationship with your spouse strong. And if you are currently, have a little one and your relationship is just falling apart and you're looking for ways to, mend the broken pieces, then I'm here to help you with that too. So I'm going to start off with, let's pretend, or maybe some of you have not had your baby yet. So what I wish I would have known before our firstborn got here is something that people don't really talk about. I guess because it's very personal and no one likes to admit when their relationship's, going through hell. So pretty much what I wish I would have known is that our relationship, and I'm just going to speak on a personal standpoint, me and Jill, like we love each other. And before the kid, everything was gravy. Like, we could go and do what we wanted. We didn't have to load an extra human. We didn't have to not turn down things because we had a tiny human and things like that. So if you're used to that lifestyle, then first off, you need to accept that your life is about to change. And people downgrade that. Oh man, once you have a kid, your life's over. You can't reach your dreams. You can't do this, you can't do that. That's bull, first of all, because you can. And second of all, although your life does change, I will agree with that, it doesn't have to change for the worse. You can still do things. You can still reach your dreams. You can still travel. You can still go out. You can still do fun things. But as a bonus, you get to do new and funner things with your little one. And as they grow, and you will soon see this, that as they grow, it truly is heartwarming watching them experience the world through their eyes, and you giving them the opportunity to have those experiences. So just know and just don't look at having a kid as a negative. And do not let anybody who says that put that bull in your mind. So as far as relationship standpoint, what I wish that we could have done differently was lay down some ground rules. Honestly, before you have the kid, you're not really going to know what to expect. You're not going to know what your body can or can't do. You're not going to know what your relationship can or can't do. And as individuals. So, for example, I breastfed. So, Dill can't wake up in the middle of the night and whip out his titty to feed our baby. Okay? It just doesn't work that way. The milk only comes out of me. So, for example, night feedings, I did all of them. I wanted to night feed. I wanted, number one, that bond with my child. Number two, I wanted to do it for milk supply. Number three, I truly, I didn't mind it. I was working and everything, and so it's kind of a pain and kind of a drag, but truly, I would not take back those memories or moments at all. I might have slapped him once on the shoulder because I was jealous of his good sleep, but don't tell him that. And I'm sure some of you other moms out there have. Anyways, I can't believe I just admitted that. But yeah, one time I did nudge him on the shoulder and he kind of woke up, but he literally goes back to sleep in 0.0001 second. So it didn't even faze him, and I felt bad afterwards, but for that split second, I liked it. But anyway, let's move on. So, night feedings are going to be a really, really big issue because else you're going to be doing all the work during the night when, you're used to sleeping, and you might get jealous of your spouse if they do not do any night feeding at all, because they're going to be looking very comfy and very much like they're getting plenty of rest. But the reality is that, well, let me stay on this topic and finish it. So if you're formula feeding, you might have more opportunity, or even pumping, you may have the opportunity to split those feedings with your spouse or pair up. So if you're strictly pumping your breast milk, then maybe you can pump while they feed them, you know, the last pump or something. Or if you're formula feeding, maybe y'all can alternate. Or if they work and you stay at home, maybe you can just do the night feedings. Or if you both work, maybe you can alternate. Whatever works best for y'all. Do not, this is my number one advice, is do not compare your relationship, what you and your spouse have worked out between you two, with your friends and what their spouse works out, because I'm going to tell you, you are not going to be happy. Do not compare, do not compare, do not compare, do not compare anything in life, but particularly that, because, you know, they might split night feedings, and several of my friends did, but most of them formula fed, and you know, it was a really damper on me, and I'm like, you know, they split those feedings and stuff, and here you are getting all this good sleep, and I'm just up every like 4 hours, you know, just being bitter and stuff. But the thing is that their situation is completely different than yours and your spouse's. So do not compare. Figure out what works best for you with anything and roll with it. You and your spouse, and this goes for anything, may have to try different ways to see what's best for you, but as long as you both are willing, then it's going to work. You're eventually going to find out, you know, that even ground, and you both are going to be so much happier once you do find that even ground. Okay, the second thing would be, well, night feedings are going to be a big thing. Another big thing will be like, okay, getting everything ready, clean, and daily chores. So although you just welcomed a precious newborn, if you are one of the lucky ones, you will have help at least for the first couple of weeks, you know, coming over, helping you clean, getting you adjusted and stuff, and that is grand. I wish I would have taken more advantage of the people who offered, but instead I shut them out, and I was like, this is my responsibility. You know, like, it's my responsibility to keep my house clean, to keep this baby fed, to keep myself healthy, and everything else. And I was overwhelmed, stressed, and in tears. And so if you have people offering to help you, just accept it, and you will be thankful, and thank them, and just roll with it, because it really is awesome. But after that help's gone, the reality is that it's your and your spouse's responsibility. So you need to prepare ahead of time before baby, who's going to do this, and include your normal household chores, daily chores. Include things like cooking, include things like laundry. You got to remember that you're adding another tiny human's laundry, so it is going to be a bit more, although it's not going to be a lot. And then, you know, that includes folding and putting up as well. It also includes, like, if you're going to send your baby to a daycare, you know, getting their bag ready, having all of their food, you know, like everything ready for them. You know, that's another responsibility that you're adding. So you need to be sure that you add that into the big list of things that, you know, you and your spouse have to take care of. It's your responsibility. And so if you have not had your baby yet, I highly recommend you and your spouse sit down and just kind of chat over things, what you know or what you think you'll need. And then as new things come about, just add it and work it out. It's literally going to be a constant, like, rebalancing juggle act. And I just encourage you so much, especially if your little one's already here, then you realize just how unprepared you were. No matter how prepared you think you are, you really never prepared until you're actually in the situation and actually have to adjust to, you know, the trials and challenges that you're facing. But the reality is, friend, that is okay. Like billions of people have done this before, and they've adjusted, and you can too. It's just going to be you and your spouse both agreeing to do it. And I just hope that you both choose to realize this. And it is that they're your number one. They're your number one, and they're the person who is there for you. They're the person you're waking up to every day. They're the person you're seeing the most, you're encountering the most, besides that tiny human. And so you need to be kindest to them. And sometimes it's so easy to be the meanest to our spouse because they'll take it because they're our spouse. Well, I say take it, obviously to an extent. But I think that we need to be reminded that they are our number one and that we should be treating them the kindest. So I encourage you, when you want to bite their head off, to actually figure out what is the problem, what's upsetting me, or what's upsetting them if they're biting, your head off or whatever. And you guys work it out. Some of you, that may be sitting down and having a freaking heart-to-heart. Some of you, that may be just really just putting it out there. Maybe, you're not like quiet and timid. Maybe you're a bit more, aggressive and stuff. And some of you, maybe it's just literally starting to treat your spouse kind and realizing that they are doing the best that they can and stuff. And maybe just coaching them a little bit more on what you want and what makes you happy and rewarding them for the good deeds. I don't know what it is for you and your spouse. It's up to you guys to figure that out. And I just hope that you choose to both go forward and figure out what it is, because it's so important, to me, honestly, to have parents who work well together and stuff. And I think that if you both are just sick of each other and biting each other's heads off, well, you're never going to get down to the nitty gritty and be happy. And everyone deserves happiness. So wouldn't you rather be happy and thriving in your relationship and happy and in love and being able to show your kids that, rather than just being bitter and, downgrading them and talking bad about them and saying or doing ugly things? I mean, that's just my opinion. I like to see happy couples, to be honest. So I just hope that this video encourages you to figure out, what it is, what struggles you and your spouse are facing, and find ways to work them out and move forward. Because like I said, you deserve happiness, your spouse deserves happiness, your kids deserve to be raised in a happy home. So yeah, if you have any advice, for maybe like how you and your spouse got through a hard time, like leave it in the comments so that maybe people can, find different ways to work through different things, because I truly think that all couples function differently. And, different ways work for different couples. So if you've ever went through a challenge and you've overcome it, you and your spouse have overcome it, and it led to you guys being happy and thriving and even more in love, then leave that in the comments. I will be so forever grateful. And I will see you guys in the next video or on social media. All right, bye for now. Bye.